I'm Amber Nestor, and this is my YouTube channel. Welcome back. And this is going to be a video showing you a little bit of beauty and amenities within Roane County, Tennessee. We are at 425 Ash Cabin Hollow Road in Harriman, Tennessee, near the edge of Kingston. Let's take a drive up the driveway. So there's lots of videos I've made about this property. We're going to have a lot of rain this week, so I thought I would give you a feel for what this driveway is like, what it's like pulling up here to the property. Oh, there went a bunny. I keep hoping we'll pull in here and catch some deer in the yard. There's lots of deer trails, and right here you can see some deer tracks. But right up here on the front door is a sign you can take a picture of if you want to snag some additional information. If you come up here, you want to walk the property lines or take a peek in the windows, and if you decide you want to schedule an indoor showing, just let me know. My number is 865-617-4783. Again, that's 865-617-4783. I'm going to get my car turned around and continue this video. So here is the back porch area, and again that spans the backyard. There's lots of acreage that heads off this way and also back that way a whole bunch. But let's go ride around a bit in Roane County this evening before the sun goes down. So if you're not from around here, you can get to know the area. Now, if you leave this driveway and you head left, Ash Cabin Hollow Road is a dead-end road. So that's one of the other positives about this property is you're really not going to have many cars ever passing by. It's pretty quiet. It's just a simple, quiet country road. This is what it looks like taking a right and heading on out back towards the main road. On your way heading back to the main road, you can see some mountain views off to the left. The ridgelines in Harriman are something that Harriman and Rockwood and Roane County are kind of famous for. If you look at topography maps of mountain ranges, these beautiful ridgelines, there's a name for this prominent ridgeline and it has escaped me, but you can look it up if you're curious. Now this road right here, the real name of it always escapes me, but I always call it Cut Through Road because of the way it cuts through and connects you over to Harriman and Rockwood from Kingston. But you start to see this big prominent ridgeline open up, and it is just so beautiful. It reminds me a little bit of the Wares Valley, Tennessee kind of views. It's just very, very pretty. Another thing Roane County is known for is having a lot of churches and lots of different kinds of churches. The Roane County newspaper has in the past, I think they still do this, but I'm not certain, has a directory of all the churches in the county, which I think is a really great thing. It helps people learn about the community, find out places they can go and connect with other people. It's a cool feature in the newspaper that I really love. Over here on the right, we have a Dollar General market, which is one of the larger kinds of Dollar Generals. Roane County has multiple Dollar Generals and Dollar Trees, which I love those. They're great conveniences. We have a lot of Dollar Generals. We have a whole lot of Dollar Generals, but I think that's the biggest one right there, very close to the house. Heading down this way, there is a Dollar Tree on the left and an Advanced Auto Parts. And then over on the right is going to be the post office. And again, looking over here to the right, you can see these big, beautiful ridge lines. They are just so pretty. They are so breathtaking. The pictures and videos just really do not do them justice. So right now we're heading southwardly from Harriman in the direction of Rockwood. And we are very close to all kinds of waterways and lakes and also public hunting lands. There's a Food City, there's a CVS pharmacy. We've passed multiple gas stations and other types of little shops and things. We also have a outdoors and gun shop, A1 Tactical. It's pretty big. They have wonderful, knowledgeable staff in there. This is going to be the closest gun store to where you live if you purchase 425 Ash Cabin Hollow. We also have lots of antique stores and secondhand shops and thrift shops. If you enjoy antiquing or thrifting, there's so much cool stuff around here. If you want to go to a shooting range, which you kind of have your own, well, let me rephrase that. You have your own shooting range in your backyard at 425 Ash Cabin Hollow Road, and we're going to be doing a video probably pretty soon where we'll be shooting a bunch of guns in the backyard there on some targets and just kind of showing the public how much there is to enjoy back there. But if you want to go to a shooting range that's indoors, we have Frontier Firearms of Roane County as well. I'm at this stop sign here, and you can peek through and see the ridgeline again. It's just so pretty. Coming out of this little residential area here, you come out between a Taco Bell and a KFC, and the ridgeline is just gorgeous at this spot right here. So I thought I'd make another clip so you could just see how pretty that is. Really beautiful. Over here on the right is Los Primos Mexican restaurant. That place stays pretty packed. I've eaten there a couple of times. It's a local favorite. Over here on the left is Cracker Barrel, which personally is my favorite restaurant in the entire world. You can't call it the South without a Cracker Barrel. On the left, I just passed a Holiday Inn Express, and it's probably my favorite place to recommend folks stay especially if you're traveling last minute to visit Roane County and take a look around. We're having a storm roll in at the moment. It's getting late in the day. It's about 8 p.m. Eastern here, so it's a little cloudy. It's getting a little dark, but I'm going to try to see what else I can squeeze into this video. One thing that, oh, that's a good spot to look at. That's very pretty right there. One thing that I was talking to a buddy of mine about that lives down in Florida currently, we were talking about the Airbnb potential in Roane County, Tennessee, with all of our waterways and beautiful public lands here, and he just couldn't wrap his head around why it was such a good place to invest in Airbnb. Because he was like, well, Amber, you know, the Florida market feels kind of saturated for Airbnbs. Like, you can book one last minute. I was like, it's not really like that here. I said, you know, we don't have as many Airbnbs. You know, we're not Florida. So there's still opportunity to invest in things like that here. And the ones that are here, they get booked up pretty far in advance. He's grown up out there, and he's used to everybody has a luxury pool and everybody, has access to the beach. And I was like, when you're in East Tennessee, we have the lakes, we have the seasonal grounds and waterways. I said, but having a pool here is kind of a luxury. It's not something that everyone has. So if you were to have an Airbnb, with a pool that was close to a waterway and beautiful public lands, it's going to perform really, really well. It's going to be booked up way in advance. You're going to have repeat people that come and stay. It's just a really different market here. So I think it's a point worth discussing and pointing out. So I'm about to enter into this shopping center over here where the brand new Workout Anytime is located. It's next to the VA. Okay, so you've got Harbor Freight and Workout Anytime.